Well, hey guys, it's Spiffyguy, and thanks for clicking on the video. I am back down in the basement, and we're going to call this a vlog. I've never really vlogged before, but I figure why not? I got some things to talk about, and they're all sort of random. So welcome to the vlog series. If you have any questions that you want to talk about on the vlog, go ahead and stick them down below. My intent is to sort of use this as a way to talk about small things that don't necessarily need their own video, as well as things that I got going on, maybe some new gear that I have purchased, and just kind of show it off and just talk. So let's get rolling here. The first thing that is important is what you're looking at through here. This is the new camera. So I did buy the Olympus TG5, and I'll put a picture of what it looks like in here. It is a waterproof camera, so hopefully that won't have I won't have any issues with the dust and like I did with the other Olympus. Part of the reason why I got the Olympus TG5 was I have two batteries that will from the Olympus SH2 that will work, and out of all the waterproof and dustproof kind of cameras on there out in the market, this one was pretty much the highest rated. The only concern that I have is the lens does not come out and it doesn't close. So consequently, you have a piece of plastic in front of it that could get scratched up and marred up. But I do have a square trade warranty on this one. I had a square trade warranty on the other Olympus that I had, the SH2, and they covered it 100%. So it's worth the money, I think, to look into that third party. So anyway, let's get kind of rolling here. I have received a few questions regarding the tent. What was the state with the tent, the one that got crushed by the horses? If you don't remember, or you're not a subscriber, my tent did get crushed by some wild horses. Based on the last info that I had from November, this was sent off to the regional office in Omaha, Nebraska, and they're reviewing the case. And the case is whether or not they will give me money for my damaged tent. I think it's very nice of the National Park Service to kind of push this forward. And, you know, hey, it'd be nice to be reimbursed for the tent. So that's kind of what's going on with that. All right, so on to the next thing. One of the questions I had was guylines regarding the tent and how I use the guylines on the tent that I have, which is the MSR Hubba Hubba. They do send you these guylines with this little piece of metal here, and there's a loop on it. What I do is, I don't necessarily use these a whole lot, but I use a lark's head them through the guy out point on the tent itself. So I just kind of stick it through the loop and then just bring it back on itself, and that's just known as a lark's head. And so I attach them on there. One thing you can do is, if you attach them on there, you hank them up with these little night eye gear ties. These work really nice. They do come in all kinds of different sizes. This is like the 5-inch one, I think. So they work real well. You can kind of twist it up, and it keeps it in place. The end, though, was what the question was, and how these exactly work. And essentially, they're just sort of like a tension knot. And you're going to take the loop. You're going to put the loop around your stake, and then you're going to adjust with that, and then you can see that holds place. They work fairly decent, and when I have deployed the guy lines on the tent, they work well. Typically, I will take the whole guy line and just leave it in the stake case, and if I do need to get it out, then I'll just quickly attach it to the tent. MSR does have another type of guy line system, which is just these little red rings here. And I believe what you do is you put the line in through there, and you put a knot at that hole, and then you go out to your stake, and then the line comes back through that hole and that hole up to your tent, and it eventually ends up riding like this on the guy line. I don't particularly care for these. I have 4 of them. They're sitting in a box. So there you go. That is the question that I had on the guy lines. Okay, so some other things I've been working on is I made a spoon. This is my first spoon. Kind of give you an idea here. And it is made out of poplar. It is horrible, but it is something. I've sanded it down, and I don't know if you can see in here with the lighting. I do have a couple sections where it kind of ripped a little bit, like right there and right here. And so I'm not really sure. I'm trying to sand those out a little bit. So I've never really used one of these spoons. This is a Mora 162, I believe is what it is. And all I did was take a piece of bank line and just kind of wrap it around this little leather sheath that I have. And this isn't a bad knife. I'm not really familiar with the usage of this knife though, which is part of the problem. And it is a double-edged knife. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is tied on there. How did I do this? All right, here we go. So I made just a sheath, is just a piece of leather like that. And I just curve and stick it in there. And that's about it, really. It's pretty simple. So this is this has a blade on both sides of the knife. And from my understanding, you're supposed to use it very much like this. If I can get the focus right. And so you're going to kind of carve away from yourself. You're going to carve into it. What you don't want to do is hold it like this and push on it, because there's a blade there and you will cut your finger, which I have not, which is good, but it's just something to keep in mind. So the problem was that I would get rolling and I'd end up with these runouts where it would want to go straight through. So I'm not really sure how to deal with that. I think practice and different wood selection might work. So one question is what do you use to seal up your spoons? You know, how do you do this? Do you just use mineral oil? I know that some people recommend tongue oil, things like that. So do you sand it smooth? You know, so what do you guys use on your spoons? I'm curious to know. And so to carve it, I used the Mora 162 and then the Mora Companion. I believe that this one is, yes, the Mora Companion. And I will put links down below to all of these things. And just to note, I'm going to note this because this is something I'm trying. They are Amazon affiliate links. And that is something that I'm going to try out with Amazon, and we'll see how that goes. The idea is that perhaps I might get a couple bucks in Amazon gift cards that I can use to buy more gear. I have a list of things that I would like to get. You know, like a couple different carving knives and things like that. And I really just can't bring myself to buy them because, well, I don't really necessarily need them. So by using an affiliate link, I might make a couple bucks and we can go from there. So just so you know, you'll see that info down below. All right, so the last thing, I wanted to give a big shout out to Pharraoh. I don't know if you guys watch Pharraoh's channel. I would recommend, I'll put a link to his channel down below. He noticed that I suck at fishing, and he sent me a little box. It's actually a through night battery case box. So with a whole bunch of just little different fishing lures. And I thought that was super cool. And a big thank you to Pharraoh for sending this to me. I'm hoping to get down onto the Current River and do some fishing this year. And I'll definitely try those out. I'm looking at possibly getting the Penn fishing rod. I think I'm going to get the backpacker model and try that out. So anyway, that is one of the things I'm looking forward to doing. And so a big thank you to Alan for these. I definitely, on my bucket list, is to go out to California and go adventure with Alan, because he does a lot of crazy stuff. So be sure to check out his channel. He also sent me a couple coffees. I see everybody loves the G7. I've never found it locally. I think I need to go to like an Asian market or something like that. And then we also have Copico. So very, very cool. Thank you very much for that, Alan. I certainly appreciate it. And so that's pretty much about all I had to ramble on this particular vlog with a V, not a B. The idea would be to try to keep these kind of short. So if you have any questions, comments, things you want to talk about on these, go ahead and stick them down below, or check it out on the Facebook page. And that's about it. And let me know what you guys think of the quality of the video here. I'm shooting at 1080, 60 frames a second. And this camera will shoot 4K, so I don't know if I want to up it to that and then down mix or not. I'm wondering what the focus looks like right now, but anywho, I'm still playing with it. We'll see how the audio works compared to the Zoom audio recorder. So anyway, just remember that life is an adventure, and go out and have one.